This is Subnautica, episode 11. In the previous episode we had, well, it was pretty much foolboard. The Cyclops was flying and the sea moth was, even at 100%, was ruined. We had all kinds of things going on that really shouldn't be, and I would call glitches. So I decided to completely wipe that out and start a new game. Although I have saved it in case the developers want it. I'll just hold on to it for a while until I figure out if they want it. I found out where the island was, and how we didn't find it was because it was cloaked. There's a narrow corridor going to it. It's a development build, and the delves were just hiding it. So if you go to the back of the Aurora at the engines and you turn away from them and you travel a bit, you should go through this narrow corridor and find the island, which is where we are. We're on this path and we should almost be to the island. And well, I guess it's this planet's equivalent of the whale, has decided to block our path and is, I don't know, maybe in love with the Cyclops. Anyway, I am the ThePackRat, and my friends call me Glendin, and this is episode 11. So I decided, since this whale keeps blocking our path and has blocked it several times going in this direction, I thought perhaps I should show you the new Cyclops. I rebuilt it. I put in a fragment analyzer and a specimen analyzer. I really don't know what the specimen analyzer does at this point. I put a locker up front that we could put emergency flotation devices in and anything else we choose. Oh yeah, this is funny. I used since it was glitched, I didn't feel bad about cheating a new Cyclops in. So I typed in item Cyclops 1, and that's what I got. Item Cyclops 1. What was I supposed to do with that? I thought that was funny. Real funny. That's why I wanted to show you guys. Anyway, I'll pick that back up. One of the other things I wanted to show you was, hi Mittens, leave me alone, I'm working. If you build a locker momentarily somewhere, and you put something in it, like the Cyclops we don't want or need, then you get rid of the cabinet, you get rid of the items. So it's probably best not to drop a lot of stuff on the ground or floor of the ocean for the game to continue rendering, and get rid of them that way. Hopefully, that's a good idea. I put all these cabinets back together. I got food and water and stuff, and things that I'm saving and things that I'm storing, and I did quite a bit of exploring around while I was outside, while I was refitting this. I put power cells back here with a few more emergency floaters. You know, this is he still out there? This submarine, I think, should really have an emergency ballast. Some button you can press to blow emergency ballast to send it straight to the surface. Don't normal submarines have something like that, where they blow the ballast and it goes straight to the surface when they get in trouble? Maybe that's what this submarine needs. It's a very, very well designed submarine. Oh good, you're still there. That little booger took off on me twice already, just getting this far. And I had to go get it and put it back. That's a glitch. I'm probably sure, you know, they're probably aware of it, that it's there. I would like to see this hatch actually close, and when you click on it, the hatch opens, and then you get into the sea moth, and then drop down in the sea moth into the ocean. That would be a whole lot better, because this hatch hanging open like that with my OCD sort of bothers me. Anyway, another glitch that I found out that you really want to be aware of in this development build. And you can see up in the corner of the screen, it's 18444, May 15th. Early development build. If you, and I built a few of these hull reinforcement modules to see if they actually work. The power upgrade module came from the Aurora, and you only get one of them. The problem is, if you put them in here, save the game, log out, and come back, sorry, that was one of my cats, they will disappear. They will disappear on you, and you will lose them forever. And this power upgrade module is something you can't replace. So what I found out is if you put them in your inventory, log out, and then come back to play the game later, they will still be there. You just can't leave them in here. And that's about the best thing I've found to work around that glitch at this point in time. Eventually, the developers will fix that problem. Excuse me, I had to take a little sip. And there's that other problem where your visor keeps having water cascade over it, even though you're not in the water. I am trying to test out a few other things like the exoskeleton blueprint, and we're supposed to have a workbench, which is supposed to give us really nifty things like more compression tanks and some sort of heat knife and all kinds of other things. And although I've put the fragment in, and yes, I cheated it in just for us to play with. I put the fragment in the analyzer. I don't know where any of this stuff showed up at. I haven't been able to find a way to build. Oh, there's our terraformer. We haven't played with that yet. To build any of the, like the workbench and the other things. There's the hull reinforcement module. I don't really want to bring in things that aren't in the game yet, and perhaps they've perhaps they've disabled this at this point in time so that you can't build these things. Let's see if it's here. Power generator. No, it's not. All reinforcement. That was that big thing that we put down the other time, and they didn't seem to work all that well, so maybe they're really not implemented yet. Not sure. I did see in their, what's it called, Trello? It's a plan of what they plan on doing, basically. They're going to make completely glass corridors. They're going to make a moon pool where you can dock the Seamoth there. Oh, they have just unbelievable amount of stuff that they're going to put in this game. They have an exosuit. They have high-pressure tanks. You name it, they're putting it in here. And it's going to be a beautiful game. I can't wait to see this game a year from now. It's just going to be absolutely amazing. Well, while I'm talking and discussing what's going on, let's go forward. It looks like the sub-lover is gone. We should be able to find an island somewhere about here, I think. Oh, I wanted to also tell you, be careful dropping things in the Cyclops. For some reason, what is that? For some reason, oh wow, we have a floor below us and we have something poking up from it. Wow. I'm thinking in a real world that would puncture the hull. Should we go around and keep going through? Maybe this is a, oops. Maybe this is a warning, do not come here. I'm not sure. It looks kind of cool. There's stuff down there to get. Really don't want to stop and get stuff. Yeah, if you drop something on the floor inside the Cyclops, it disappears. You can't see it any longer. Some of it will pop to the outside of the ship and fall to the ground if you're lucky. If not, it remains invisible and stays inside the ship. and causes havoc with stability. In fact, I can drop a few pieces of titanium on the floor, leave the ship, and the ship will sink to the bottom, which is not a good thing if you're in deep water. So be very careful dropping things on the floor. They will still be there, and if you pan your mouse over them, you can sometimes find them and pick them back up again. And the island is still supposed to be here. I mean, I've dropped cooked fish, I've dropped all kinds of stuff on the floor, and if you don't pick them up, they rattle around a lot, and yeah, you wind up having a big problem. Now, we had some very interesting things we were going over a minute ago, and I want to come back. Oh, and I haven't showed you down below. I refitted down below with more lockers. I have salt here, glass here, titanium in these two, copper and others in here, and then probably more titanium down here I'm going to add. We have plenty of storage space. I would love to see these lockers as part of the wall, as in maybe designed here permanently on both sides, but moved back a bit so that they are actually part of the submarine. Sort of like putting the reinforcement panels on the underwater straight tube, where there is actually a location for each one of these lockers. That would be really cool, because you know when somebody takes one of these subs out, they're gonna gather all kinds of stuff and put all this stuff away. I mean, it's a brilliant design. I really love what the developers are doing with it, but it could use a couple of spots along the side that are designed for lockers, and maybe hull reinforcement plates, just like in the underwater bases. That would be cool too. You could then just add little bits and pieces to the sub as you need them. Midnight, you better get out of here. That's one of Mitten's kittens. And somebody let her in, and she's deciding to walk all over everything, including my keyboard. I think perhaps I should descend just a bit. I renamed this the SS Floater because I want to leave it at the surface all the time. And I really don't want to descend, but I don't want to take too much time either. Let's take the sea moth out and see what's underneath. I know that was a really cool biome we just went through, and I just blazed through it. But there could be something else down here that's equally interesting, and we miss it because we're going away from it. We're not actually going down to look at it. Well, I'm wondering if we have a bottom down here, because we went from... Oh, there we go. We went from stuff that was on the surface to really deep bottom. Very interesting. Perhaps this is a biome that hasn't been planned out yet. Let's go backtrack a little bit, I think. East would be the opposite of west, right? And go up here. Yep, this is back to that biome that I just wanted to... Oh, wow. See? I wanted to come back and take a look because there's interesting stuff here. That is really unusual. I wonder if it's solid. No, it's not. Well, that's probably something they're working on. But that's alright. It looks amazing. Is that like a creature laying on the bottom? Or wow, it almost could be. Oh, it figures. Now I gotta get out and repair it. Wow. I was just wondering if there was any strange things here that we haven't seen yet to collect. I don't know what the specimen analyzer does, but if we find specimens, let's stick them in there and see if they'll analyze. Or maybe it's not implemented yet. I really don't know. There's more titanium. We should always pick this up as we're going, because in the next episode, or probably the next 3 episodes, I want to build a very large base. Underwater base. And hopefully we can keep that underwater base through the next development builds, and we won't have to reset. I don't have that kind of luck, though. Told you I was born on Friday the 13th and my luck went downhill from there. Well, weird stuff happens to me, especially in games where, wow, they're just raining this stuff down here. Inventory full. Yeah, nope. Weird stuff happens to me all the time, like Twilight Zone stuff. It happens to me in real life, it happens to me in games. So if you subscribe to this channel and you watch me play games, you're going to see some really strange things going on. Where's my sub? Oh, that's the whale. Look at him. I know you can hear this, but I'm hearing this in surround sound, and it's almost vibrating my chest when he makes a sound. Isn't he pretty? I'm hoping he's not aggressive. Just look at that thing. Let's back away. I think we need to go back west and go find our sub and continue on to the island. Because, stupid me, I left it in deep water. Oh, it's still there. If I'd actually dropped something on the floor, it would have sunk. Like I said, I named it the floater because it's going to stay at the surface. Whenever we go somewhere where I need to find something on the floor, we're taking out the sea moth. The sea moth is has a completely round bubble and is designed for pressure. And I love the way it gets put back up into the Cyclops. That's just amazing. I like that. So let us continue on and hope that we're not stopped again. That's another glitch. Whenever you click on the steering wheel, it turns you around. I'm sure they're aware of it, and we'll get to it in due time. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to find the island, but it's supposed to be in this direction, down this narrow corridor, about west, just slightly left to west. I have put the Aurora engines directly behind me, and I'm heading out in this direction. If I can't find it this episode and we just check the ground out a bit and we discuss glitches, then that's fine. I'll make sure that I find it and park right in front of it at the beginning of next episode, so that I will make sure that we find this island this episode or the beginning of the next. And I'm not sure what's down there. I wish this sub had bottom-facing lights. The ones in the front are just unbelievably beautiful when you come up to something at the bottom. But, yeah, I really don't want to bring this thing down anymore. Although we do have 2 hull reinforcement modules. And I don't want to get stupid like the last episode, but should we bring it down to 100 just to see if it's going to yell at me again? And then back up? To see if those hull reinforcement modules do anything. I sort of wanted to test those. Because if they did, let's just go down to 100 and come back up. Yeah. Swallow hard. This could be scary. I don't want to lose this sub. I don't want to have to rework the whole thing. It didn't say anything. Look at that. Those hull reinforcement modules must be working. There's a bottom right here. Okay, good. So even if we spring a leak, we're not going anywhere. Of course, that's what I said last time, and it wasn't the bottom. Stupid me. Yeah, we're on the bottom. And we should be having hull problems at this point. It's not saying anything. Wow, those hull reinforcement modules actually work. There's nothing wrong. We are down below, and it works. Oh, wow. Maybe this is not the floater. I would like to see an autopilot system put in, where you can flip a switch, and the sub will stay exactly where you put it, like geostationary, positional, whatever, And even if it's nudged at a position, it will work its way back to that particular position. So that it does not move, it does not descend, it does not ascend, it doesn't go forward, back, or anything. Like if a whale came by and brushed it, I don't want it, you know, floating away in the current or anything else. That would be really nice to be able to let go of that and maybe flip a switch down at the base or something for, well, for lack of a better word, a parking brake, a computerized parking brake that would leave it stationary. That would be nice. Because I know it has stability issues that the development people are working on, but if you drop something on the floor in here like a piece of titanium and it turns invisible and you don't know it's there, if you leave the ship, it will go to the bottom. And this is just amazing. Also, another thing I found out was these doors that are covering that hatch don't ever close. It would be nice to have another switch up here so that once you come in, or maybe down here, have it down here on this wall or something, a switch, that once you come in, you can close the hatch on the outside. That would be pretty cool. Also, these doors here, maybe make it so you can click on them and close them. Maybe make it so that when the ship starts flooding, all these doors close, and you have to actually go through and open each door to go to the next section to fix the problem. That would make it a whole lot more difficult to repair the ship. But it should normally, in a real submarine, that would happen, so that these doors would be kept closed, so that it would be compartmentalized, and the whole sub wouldn't sink just because you had a puncture somewhere. Like these doors here, there should be a secondary door on the inside here, just like down below, and these doors should be kept closed until you decide to come back and open them. Just an idea. Just an idea. And normally there would be a hatch here, but I see how they're doing the stairs, and they probably can't do that without completely reworking the stairs. And like I said before, I'd like to see this hatch closed, and when you click on the hatch opens, and then you go into the sea moth. And that would look a whole lot better. But they have so much stuff. If you take a look at their website and their development pathing, on what they plan on doing, they have so much stuff they plan on doing that I could see them taking a very long time to finish this game, to get it out of the development builds. It's just from the sheer amount of work they have, of the sheer amount of stuff that they want to put in. Like I said, I want to see this game a year from now and see how awesome it's going to become, because I'm already jazzed about it. This is a beautiful game. And I don't know if we're going to find that island, which should be out here somewhere. I might have missed the corridor. We should have maybe already found it. Well, then again, if we don't find it in this episode, I will make sure I find it between episodes. And the next episode, we will start at the island. I have a plan of building a very large base. We may have to run back and forth and gather materials from everywhere. It could take, 2-3 episodes just to build the base and fill it with places of storage. And I'm hoping once we build this base and they add more things to this development build, that I won't have to reset this world, so that I can keep that base and add on all the new stuff that they're coming out with. I'm really wondering where this island is. I should eat a little bit. Do I have anything on me to eat? No, but I have this stuff that's in my way I gotta get rid of. Get rid of that real quick. Now, when I rebuilt all this, I only cheated in exactly what I remembered that we had. I do not like playing that way. Cheating stuff in ruins the game, but there really wasn't any choice at that point. It was a glitch that caused me to lose my last sub, so I decided, yeah, we're going to do that. Let's put this away. I think we have room in this one. Couple room. Yep. Room in this one. Wow, we're getting full. Put the glass in this one. Wow, we're full. Full glass. Let's put it over here. This is all stuff I'm putting away for us to build a base with. So when we start building, we're going to have stuff. So whenever I go down and start picking stuff up, go forward a little bit. I will start putting stuff away, and I might even need more storage, but yeah. Looks like we may not find the island here. I'm going to go a little farther. In fact, every time I go for a little ways, I really would like to, if we're in deeper water, let's go down to, well, I was going to get something to eat. Let's do that first, before I starve to death. It's going to start warning me right here. Here is some peepers, 3 of those, maybe 4. It looks like I'm really hungry. Some water, which is in this cabinet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's eat the peeper. That sounded wrong. Anyway, we have a few minutes left, and I know you don't want to just watch me drive around to try to find this island. So let's take a look at the bottom. Do a real quick look at the bottom to see what's here, to see what depth it is, and then I may take the Cyclops down to test out the hull reinforcement. I have 2 of them in there, and we did reach about 150 before, a guesstimation. So maybe we could bring it to 200 and have it not flip out on me. No, this is way too deep. I shouldn't even consider testing it here. But yeah, this sea moth can go down thousands. I saw it in somebody else's YouTube video. They brought it down 5, 6, 7,000 meters. We're pretty much bottomless here. I think it would, yeah, if we went down too far, we would crush the Cyclops. Let's not test it here. I'm learning to not be a dumbass. Did I actually say that? Yeah, considering what happened, that is a strong enough word to call myself. Although, pardon me for my French. Yeah, this is pretty much bottomless. I will not be testing the Cyclops here. And I will not be dumb enough to do that. We're coming to the end of the episode, and yes, I will find this elusive, mysterious island, and the next episode we will be at it when I start the episode. No matter how many years it takes me to find it. No matter how many whales get in the way. No matter how many creatures attack the sub, I will find this island. Wow, are we actually going to the... There it is. I will find it. I have plenty of... Even if I have to take the sea moth and go find it and then bring the sub to the sea moth, I will find it. Unless the developers took it out, then I'm screwed. But it's my luck. I will find something the developers didn't even put in this game. You watch. I have that kind of luck. But anyway, let's end it here, and I'm going to go park this, back into the Cyclops. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, well, bite me. And I'll see you next episode. We will be at the island. I guarantee you we will be at the island next episode.